communication. However, the leader of the majority party.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to read the newspaper for the 3rd to 4th December 2024. On Tuesday, the 3rd December at 9:30 a.m. The papers are going to have the Nyandarua Municipal Integrated Development Plan IM 2020-2025 by the Majority Leader. We're also going to have the Nyandarua Municipality Integrated Development Plan IM 2020-2025 Medium Term Review 2024, again by the leader of the majority. We are going to have the report of the budget and appropriation on the Nyandarua County Area Development Plan for the financial year 2025-2026 by the chair, Honorable Isaac Kongo. We are also going to have the report of the continued delegated
Honorable members, let us consult in London's.
We are also going to have the report of the committee on delegated county registration on the consideration of waivers of interest and penalties on land deeds in the Finance Act 2024 by Honorable Daniel Gitao Dongo, the chairperson. And then at a notice of motion, we are going to have a notice of motion on the report of the budget and appropriation on the Nyandarua County Area Development Plan for financial year 2025-2026 by Honorable Isaac Kongo. And businesses, we are going to have a motion on the report of the Committee of Grants, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development on Nyandarua Municipality reports and financial statements for the 30th June 2024 by Honorable John Tugashino. On Tuesday, the 3rd December 2024 at 2:30 p.m. We have got the papers. We are going to have the report of the Special Committee on Human Resource in the Health Department and the status of insurance for county vehicles on consideration of insurance of county vehicles by the Honorable Zachary Mwangijero, the Chair of Special Committee. And a notice of motion. We are going to have a notice of motion on the report of the Special Committee on Human Resource in the Health Department and the status of insurance of the county vehicles on consideration of insurance of county vehicles by Honorable Zachary Mwangijero, the Chairperson of the Special Committee. And the motions and bills. We are going to have a motion on the report of the budget and appropriation on the Nyandarua County Annual Development Plan for financial year 2025-2026, which is a procedural motion by Honorable Kongo Ajio. And the second motion, we are going to have the streamlining of garbage collection across the county by Honorable Mika Wajiro Rango. On Wednesday, the 4th December 2024 at 9:30 a.m., we and our businesses, we are going to have a motion on the report of the Special Committee on Human Resource in the Health Department and the status of insurance of the county vehicles and the contribution of insurance of county vehicles by Honorable Zachary Jero, the Chair of Special Committee. And on Wednesday, the 4th December 2024 at 30 p.m., we are going to have the State of the County address, the Governor's address on the State of the County, which is by His Excellency the Governor Dr. Kerry Patricia. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Leader of the Majority Party. The notice paper is duly tabled. And clerk, let's have the next order. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, under this order, there are a number of papers to be laid in this house. First is by the Honorable Elijah Mwangijero, the Leader of the Majority Party. Very well, Honorable Mwangijero, Leader of Majority Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to table the following two very important documents. That is Integrated Development Plan, that is IDEP 2020 to 2025. For Karau Municipality Integrated Development Plan and Medium Term Review for Karau Municipality. Speaker, table the same two documents. Thank you.
The plans are duly tabled. I refer the plans to the Commission on Lands, Physical Planning and Urban Development. Chairperson, I'm advised that the approval of the plans is urgently required. In view of this, how many days do you need to report back to the House? Yes, my boyfriend.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Considering the urgency of the matter, the committee will be sitting today so that they are able to give out the report by tomorrow.
Very well. We should see this done by tomorrow. Clerk, next order. Still under the same order, we have a member representing this house by the Honorable Isaac Komwanjiro, Chairperson Committee on Budget and Appropriations. Very well. Honorable Isaac Komwanjiro, Chairperson Committee on Budget and Appropriations.
Honorable Speaker, this morning to seek more time to be able to conclude the final report for the annual development plan for the year 2025-2026. And Honorable Speaker, I want this House to understand the challenges the committees that are going, who the members might ask why the report is not ready. As we are all aware, the annual development plan was tabled in this assembly on 25th of September 2024, and it was committed to the committee. We did public participation on the 14th of October, and Honorable Speaker, you facilitated the whole House because we committed the ADP to the sectoral committee. That is between 7th and 9th of November for the sectoral committee to go through the ADP and give their input, and they did so successfully and submitted their reports to the budget committee. Now, Honorable Speaker, where we are, after receiving the sectoral reports, considering the public participation views that were given by the members of the public, after we had our meeting, Honorable Speaker, with the elected member through the liaison committee, and we did discuss what we call the word reducible minimum. We also asked them to itemize. Honorable Speaker, I want to confirm that 2023 would have itemized what we agreed to, even up to date, have not been able to itemize. And we also went through the budget as it was tabled in this assembly. That is the ADP, the annual development plan, as it was tabled by the executive. And the issues that came out that we did not expect within the ADP. And Honorable Speaker, after going through that and considering all sorts of things, we have realized that we have a deficit of 624 million, so that we can have a balanced annual development plan. How is this coming up? Honorable Speaker, there is a request to enhance the pending bill from 150 million to 400 million. And I think this House is aware of what is happening with the COP. There was a commitment by the government of Nyandarua that by the end of this financial year, we have paid all the pending bill amounting to over 800 million, which we have not been able to do. Looking at the circumstances that we are in, we may not be able to pay that much, but we are expecting to request the Controller of Budget to give us an amnesty of 1 extra year so that we can be able to complete by next year. We expect to pay 400 million this financial year, and then within the next year, of which now we are preparing the ADP, we will clear the next 400 million. This is what is occasioning an increase of 250 million for the pending bill from what was in the ADP 150 million. The Assembly Development Enhancement. Honorable Speaker, it is good for this Assembly to know by the time we received the ADP from the executive, there was no development. We were given a ceiling of 850 million. We are anticipating that the current ceiling for the Assembly in the next financial year will be about 830 million. The remaining 20 million is mortgage. So there was zero that was allocated within the ADP for development within the Assembly. So we are anticipating to provide 120 million for development within this Assembly. The reducible minimum, members were allocated at 3 million, of which when we went through the document, we have realized it's not so. There are some wards that have 28, the others that have 30. So after having a liaison committee and we discussed, extensively with the members. The members requested that they want 35 million. So we are intending to increase the irreducible minimum by 50 million. The nominated members or the specially elected members of this assembly, we have special programs. As you all know, Honorable Speaker, they are not flower girls. If you look at the ADP, they have been provided with nothing, zero. And I want to appreciate Honorable Patience and Honorable Milika in the budget committee because they have been very vocal on behalf of the nominated and specially elected members. And looking at widely, we said we are going to provide 48 million for the specially elected member within the ADP. Honorable Speaker, we realized that what the executive did, they did some monkey business, Honorable Agishoki, because their budget could not balance. They balanced using what we call the conditional grants. So that they can balance their budget. You know, conditional grant, Honorable Speaker, it is an entity where you put money and then directly it goes to the expense because it is conditional. It was already is an expense that is already conditioned. But that is not what they did. So they used conditional grant to balance some kind of recurrent expenditure. So their ADP was not balanced by 156 million. They tabled an ADP that is not balanced. We had a deficit of 156 million. If you add 250, 120, 50, 48, and 156, we have a deficit of 624 million. It is a big task for the budget committee to sit down. We are trying to look at the recurrent, we are going to look at everything. But Honorable Speaker, I can guarantee this House that within 30 days, we will be done. So I will be advising that in our January, because I know you'll be coming also for the supplementary budget, you have a special sitting to pass this ADP so that it can be ready to help the executive to prepare the CFSP by the 28th of February. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I request that please.
Thank you, Chair. Budget. The leave sort is well explained and deserving, and so I grant it as so Chairperson ensure the report is ready within the time requested. Next order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, under the same order, there is a number to be read in this House by the Honorable Daniel Ndomo, the Chairperson Committee on Delegated County Legislation.
Very well. Honorable Daniel Ndomo, Chairperson Committee on Delegated County Legislation, member for Karawa. Yes, Honorable Gitau. How is Karawa?
That's fine. Mr. Speaker.
Point of clarification, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, member for Kirita.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As Honorable Gitau lays that paper, I request that he does some bit of explanation because there is a paper he laid in this assembly that has raised a lot of questions. So we are very careful whatever he's tabling in the House, especially bearing in mind we're also sorting a problem with the chair education. So Gitau to explain a little bit what paper he's doing to this House.
Maybe Honorable Gitau, following the paper, you can start by responding to Honorable Milka.
Mr. Speaker is
And maybe probably Honorable Gitau, what you do, you don't, because what you are just tabling, you don't have to preempt debate. I just wanted you to respond to Honorable Milka, that the same will be debated, so you will not preempt the debate. Then you proceed the debate.
Point of information.
Honorable Gitau, proceed first. No, you don't have to see the chairs given elections before he allow any information.
Mr. Speaker, I was tabled the last assembly, but I did my work and I finished. Now I want to table the report of number 150 that one with and I table.
Thank you. Very well. The paper is duly tabled. So we can have Honorable Gadongo before. Honorable Gadongo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Maybe it has
Maybe Honorable Gadongo, while you're still on your feet, the report, the city report has been duly tabled. and the same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee, that is pursuant to Standing Order 157.5D. Honorable Gadu, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Maybe the new members in this House who are not in the last regime, and even yourself, Honorable Speaker, I would like to bring it to information that in the Commonwealth Parliament, the person, the record holder of the person who has ever tabled a document in writing speed is myself, Honorable Speaker. And
no, Honorable, you want to blow your trumpet. But nonetheless, you mean in the entire Commonwealth jurisdiction?
Yeah.
You are the best.
In the Commonwealth Parliament.
That include the UK, the National Assembly, the County Assembly.
I'm sure nobody has ever broken that record.
Yeah.
The former majority leader.
And who was the assessor? Which institution assessed that?
The Speaker Emeritus, Honorable Diego Wahome, can confirm that. Even Honorable Descartes, that is Honorable, and all the members here can confirm that the person who have ever tabled a document in a written speed in Commonwealth Parliament is myself, and maybe the former majority leader can confirm. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Maybe, Honorable Descartes, can you confirm that? Otherwise, you might mislead the House, and it's good to confirm.
Can he also demonstrate that?
And on the former majority, is that the position?
Yes, Honorable Speaker. He drew the document. And by the time the document was landing on the table of the clerk, the Speaker has already pronounced himself.
Oh, okay.
Where the document is taken.
You visit the answer to that and see the record. So, Honorable members, we move to the next order. Mark, next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion, Mr. Speaker, sir, following your directions. We proceed to order number 7, statements. Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, under this order, there is a motion to be moved by the Honorable John Turogashino, Chairperson Committee on Lands, Planning and Urban Development.
Maybe before we proceed to the Honorable John Turogashino, I'll take you back to statement. I'm sure Honorable Sasha, for mine, congratulations on your admission to the bar as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. So you can take the podium and say something.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I wasn't sure I'm going to say anything because this whole achievement is self-explanatory, but thank you for this golden opportunity. I just want to let the people know that I now hold a new title as the advocate of the High Court of Kenya. And thank you very much. And I'm at your service. My fee note will be favorable, and I will take care of your legal and your justice. I will give you good services. I will ensure justice is served. I will serve the people of Kenya, the people of Nyandarua, with integrity, with great honor. And Honorable Speaker, I am really looking to follow your great path in the litigation, as a litigant in the courts. And I know I'll be an outstanding advocate in due time. Thank you so much. I got your congratulatory messages from every honorable member in this house, and I really, really appreciate that you recognize this great achievement. It's a win for all of us, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Sasha, and I can see Honorable Majority want to say something. As I grant you the opportunity, Honorable Sasha, make sure you also mentor Honorable Kigori, who is pursuing law. And also, Honorable Daniel Gitao, I'm reliably informed he's joining law school, a member for Kara Ward, so you can nurture them both. So, Majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just allow me to appreciate and congratulate our dear sister for having achieved that status. We are so much happy. You know when it is also good when we see that a and women leaders waiting in our county is keeping on achieving different levels of life. We are very much happy. What I can say is that indeed I want to agree that she is the new kid on the block, and we are ready, very much ready as majority leader. Indeed, I never had an advocate, a very specific advocate who can study when I'm in total shit. But now I want to declare that I'm one, the first client will be the majority leader, and two, just give us a...
Yes, what is the point of what we done?
Mr. Speaker, is the majority leader confirming the intention to commit a felony? Such that he is sure that he's going to be the first client. When is he thinking that he wants to commit a felony?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, you know, I've been in this game for long, and in the process of doing what I do, I usually find myself either when I'm fighting for the rights of my people, I find myself in problem. So that's why I'm just informing my landed Mheshimiwa that we need also to know your charge, what you charge for opening of the fund or opening the, yes, so that we can start preparing ourselves. Others, we are very much happy, and we wish you all the best in your endeavors, and we are proud of you and praying for you to achieve whatever you want in life. You are a good brain in this house. We are proud of you. I am specifically very much proud of you as the majority leader of this honorable house. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, the leader of the majority party, and once again, congratulations, Honorable Sarah, Sasha, give our mind. I wish you all the best in your journey as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. So, Clark, oh yes, Honorable, yes.
Honorable Speaker, thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I thought Honorable Sasha Wamai, being one of the chairpersons in the Speaker's panel, on behalf of the panel, now that you are in the chair, I thought it was good also to join my colleagues in congratulating our very honorable member on this great achievement. Honorable Speaker, advocates have been known in Kenya as liberators, people who have fought for this nation, and people who have stood for justice, people who have spoken when others are intimidated to be silent, people who have cared to risk because they have no knowledge, and knowledge is power. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, having one of us in this county assembly rising to that height is a great honor, and we are proud of you, Honorable Sasha. We are now at a point where the county assembly is taken seriously by those who have undermined us and thought that we are just here politically. Academically, we are up to our game, and we thank you, Honorable Sasha, for the effort and the sacrifices you've done. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I take this opportunity to congratulate her and welcome her to come to rescue of our county and our country. Even at these times, we witness a lot of injustice done. As we are observing the 16 days of a campaign against gender violence, and this I want to make it clear that it is gender violence, both male and female, because sometimes it has been very much domiciled, the debate has been domiciled to suggest that only the female counterparts, the female gender is endangered. Honorable Speaker, male gender is equally endangered. And therefore, as we join even this debate, it should not only be debate, but it should be also empowerment and also advocacy on these issues and others in our county to make sure that everyone gets the justice they deserve and that freedoms and liberties are protected. And we have one of us, and I'm sure even in her continued, even in her endeavor in politically in her career, this will come in handy to help her. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members, and thank you for congratulating. Yes, my honorable minority on the issue.
Mr. Speaker, I wish on behalf of Jubilee Party to congratulate its member on her achievements. Mr. Speaker, when this UDA party came in, they really interfered with our party, and we really were looking to lawyers who would assist us pro bono. Now we already have one. And so we want to congratulate her on her achievement, even as we also make it our life easier. Because you know, Mr. Speaker, you are not very easy, because one desk attendant in the care was the most learned person immediately, and now he can relax. We now have a new kid in the house, so he can relax a little, and now we can have Sasha as the one taking care of. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Congratulations on behalf of Jubilee Party.
Thank you. Thank you, honorable members, for congratulating. It's important we congratulate one of our very own. Congratulations, Honorable Sasha. The Nyandarua County Assembly, the first advocate to spearhead it was Honorable Homer Devon, and the second advocate to spearhead it was myself. And therefore, to this point, the third advocate is taking now the seat, and she will spearhead the assembly for the rest of the day today.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Clerk, next order.
Order number 8, motions and bills. Madam Speaker, we have a motion to be moved by the Honorable John Bashir, the Chairperson of the Committee on Lands, Physical Planning, and Urban.
Very well, Honorable John Bashir, already representative of that effect. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. On behalf of my chair, I would like to move the motion.
Honorable members, kindly consult in motions.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move the following motion, that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Lands, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development on all municipality reports and financial statements for 30th June 2024 as a report of the House, and the recommendation therein as the resolution of the House. Madam Speaker, without going through the previous, on committee membership, the Committee on Lands, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development as constituted according to the provisions of standing orders comprises the following honorable members, that is Honorable John Bashir, Chairperson, Honorable Esther Vera, Vice Chairperson, Honorable Elijah Mondi Nyaga, member, I myself member, Honorable Hussein Kassan, member, Honorable Daniel Gitaudongo, member. Joyce Wajiro Munywa, member. Honorable Duncan Lidej member. And Honorable Naomi Mudonga Gatia, member. In compiling this report, the following was written: the committee's secretariat, that is Mr. David Mutahidongo, committee clerk, Mr. Nicholas Davey, Hanson editor, and Mr. Bernard Gitonga, budget officer. On page 6 is the committee mandates. I want to go through it. But on terms of reference, Madam Speaker, subsequent to the presentation and referral of the Orkalau Municipality annual report and financial statements of Orkalau Municipality for the financial year ended 30th June 2024 to the Committee on Land, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development for review, the committee held several sessions with the objective of identifying any significant issues of concerns. In line with the approved terms of reference, the committee conducted a comprehensive analysis of the financial statements and the accompanying reports submitted by the accounting officer, which led to the formulation of relevant findings and recommendations as detailed in the subsequent sections of this report. On acknowledgements, Madam Speaker, I wish to take this opportunity on behalf of the committee to express my sincere gratitude to your office and that of the clerk for the invaluable support provided to the committee in the successive discharge of its mandate. I would also like to acknowledge the unwavering dedication and unselflessness demonstrated by the members of the committee and the Secretariat throughout the process of compiling this report. My heartfelt appreciation goes to them for their exceptional contributions. Furthermore, the committee extends its thanks to the municipal manager and his team for their cooperation in providing the requested information. Finally, on behalf of the members of the committee, it is the privilege to present to the House the committee's report on the Orkalau Municipality Annual Report and financial statements of the Orkalau Municipality for the financial year ended 30th June 2024, signed by Honorable John Duashino, the Chair, on 26th November 2024. On introduction, Madam Speaker, the Orkalau Municipality was established and vested with authority and accountability and the Urban Areas and Cities Act number 13 of 2011 and the Orkalau Municipal Charter on 8th May 2019. It operates within the jurisdiction of the county government of Nyandarua. In accordance with Section 167 or the Public Finance Management PFM Act 2012, the administrator of the county fund is required to prepare financial statements for the fund for each financial year in a format prescribed by the Accounting Standards Board.
What is it, Honorable Matimo?
Madam Speaker, we can't think of this particular document on our budget, and we can't find the ICT plan to.
Who is the ICT person? Facilitate the members. So should we wait, or we can proceed with the budget? We wait. Honorable Matimo.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Upon refreshing, I think that the document is surfacing. So
All right.
I think it is available.
Maybe somebody can help Honorable Matimo so that he can catch up.
Yes.
Yes. Honorable Diaz, are you in a position to help Honorable Matimo refresh his iPad?
Honorable Madam Speaker, I think for information purpose, this report was tabled on 27, so it's supposed to be.
All right, that is settled.
Yes.
Thank you. Proceed.
Madam Speaker, the financial statements of Olkalau Municipality in compliance with Article 229 of the Constitution of Kenya and Section 35 of Public Audit Act 2015 complies the statement of financial position as of 30th June 2024. These statements were duly presented to the House pursuant to Section 116(7) of FN Act 2012. On committee's observation, Madam Speaker, the Nyandarua County Assembly Committee on Lands, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development considered the annual report and financial statements of the Olkalau Municipality for the financial year ending 30th June 2024. The committee requested explanation and evidence from the municipal manager in support of the annual report and financial statements. The committee made the following key observations. 1. Non-response and insufficient response on the following matters. 1 in Roman. The municipal manager did not provide information on actions taken to address issues identified by the committee on its report on the annual report and financial statements of Olkalau Municipality for the financial year ended 30th June 2023 and recommendation of the same report. 2. The committee sought to confirm whether the municipal board actually held a meeting to consider and approve the Olkalau Municipality annual reports and financial statements for the financial year ended 30th June 2024 before it was submitted to the County Assembly amongst other entities. The municipal manager submitted a copy of the minutes of the board subcommittee on finance and gender ministry held on 20th September 2024. A perusal of the said minutes revealed that the said committee mainly proofread the draft annual report and financial statements of the Olkalau Municipality for the financial year ended 30th June 2024 in readiness for tabling before the full board for consideration and approval. Further, the minutes have not been duly signed by the secretary and chairpersons of the Olkalau Municipality. 2. The municipal manager also submitted a copy of the minutes for the full board meeting held on 26th September 2024. Perusal of the minutes revealed that there is no mention of board report and financial statements as having been approved. Further, the minutes were not duly signed by the secretary and chairpersons of the Olkalau Municipality. 3. On the revenues received by the municipality in the financial year 2023-2024, the municipal manager reported that the municipality did not receive any transfers from the county government, but assessed its budget through IFMIS, that's an amount of Kenya shillings 42,882,677, including employee cost of Kenya shillings 27,794,072 shillings was reported as payments made on behalf of the entity, that's Olkalau Municipality. The committee could not confirm whether or not Olkalau Municipality is fully defined and designated as an entity in the IFMIS. Consequently, the committee could not understand why the municipality reports its budgetary expenditure as having been made on its behalf.
4. The municipal manager's explanation of why the financial year 2023-2024 financial statements have not indicated expenses incurred on routine maintenance of the municipality's assets or projects was deemed insufficient by the committee. 5. The municipal manager did not provide information on the historical explanation of capital work in progress as it appeared in the schedule showing net book values of property, plant, and equipment. Madam Speaker, also there was unexplained discrepancies between the balances as reported in the financial statement and the bank statements with the respect to Kenya Urban Support Project funding. During the period under review, the municipality operated bank 3 special purpose bank accounts, all held in Equity Bank or Karamu. That is, the Urban Development Grant UDG account number 0620 2773 2649 for development purposes. The Urban Institutional Grant UIG account number 0620 2773 26491 for current activities, and deposit account number 0620 2844 16874 for contract retentions amount. The financial statement shows that the closing cash balance as at 30th June 2024 was a total of Kenya shillings 11,308,583 shillings, comprising of Kenya shillings 3,662,540 shillings, then Kenya shillings 1,780, and Kenya shillings 7,616,253 shillings in the UDG, UIG, and deposit accounts respectively. However, perusal of the bank statement shows that the balance of UDG and IUG accounts have been reflected as Kenya shillings 3,770,756 shillings and Kenya shillings 1,790 respectively. The bank statements for the deposit account was not available for verification. No reconciliation was available for the UDG account. On 3, Madam Speaker, that's undue delay in utilizing completed COSIP, that's funded projects. Bullet 1, that is the committee noted that both the paving block plant and the Olkarau multipurpose hall have been completed. However, they have not yet been operationed. Additionally, the committee observed that over the past 2 years, the municipality has constituently reported the paving block plant as being completed, yet still awaiting official launching. On bullet 2, the committee further observed that concerning the Olkarau multipurpose hall, the municipal manager reported that the facility is complete and awaiting official launching. However, it is not yet operational in its current state due to the absence of an approved operational manual and guidance. Additionally, the municipal manager indicated that a further funding requirements of Kenya shillings 1.3 million is needed to make the facility operational. The committee expressed confusions regarding the report that the hall was complete and awaiting launch, yet it is still additional Kenya shillings 3 million for unspecified works or activities to render its full operational. Number 4, Madam Speaker, and that is failure to submit work plans for CUSIP funded projects to the County Assembly for consideration and approval. The committee noted that since the inception of CUSIP funding, neither the Department of Lands, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development nor the Olkalau municipality has submitted work plans for these donor-funded projects to the County Assembly for consideration and approval. The municipal manager reported that they are in the process of preparing work plans for the second phase of CUSIP funding in accordance with the established eligibility criteria. Number 5, that, Madam Speaker, that's lack of county lack of county depreciation policy. The committee noted that the depreciation rates applied by the municipality to various assets classes were not clearly defined. The municipal manager stated that the municipality intends to develop a depreciation policy once funding becomes available, with the hope that this will be included in the financial year 2024-2025 supplementary budget. Number 6, Madam Speaker, and that is arbitrary assets value without professional valuation. The committee noted that after 2 years, the municipality had not concluded a professional valuation of its assets, including motor vehicles, building, plant furniture and fittings, computers and office equipment, solar lighting infrastructure, and civil works such as constructed parking lots and walkways. The municipality has repeatedly requested additional time to complete this task. The municipal manager explained that during the financial year 2023-2024, the municipality was faced with heavy workload as it was simultaneously establishing an inventory of its assets, thus requiring more time to secure professional valuation services. Madam Speaker, that is on committee of recommendations. Then recommendation number 1, that the chairperson and the manager of Olkalau municipality be put on notice that the failure by the municipal board to respond, in brackets, or inadequate response to issues raised by the committee in order to avoid responsibility and culpability shall not be entertained by the county assembly, and such will failure shall be deemed as professional negligence and incompetence and attract appropriate sanctions. 2, that by not later than that December, Madam Speaker, which we were anticipating to do this last week. We had given a deadline of today, 30th December 2024, that County Secretary and CC Member of Lands, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development to acknowledge in writing to the County Assembly in the extent to which all Kalau municipality is independent with respect to operation and financial. Member for Finance, Economic Planning and ICT does confirm and provide evidence that all Kalau municipality that by not later than today, the Orkalau municipal manager does submit the county assembly bank statement for the municipalities deposit account for the period from opening of that November 2024. That not later by today, that Orkalau municipal manager does submit a commitment detailing how and when the Orkalau municipality intends to operate the paving block plant and the multi-purpose hall with or without official commissioning. That as soon as the Orkalau municipality prepares draft work plans in bracket proposals for the second phase of COSIP funding, the Orkalau municipality manager does submit the same to the county assembly at the same time of submitting to the relevant agencies or authorities. Number 8, that by not later than that's December, that's today, the CC member for finance, economic planning, and ICT does a county depreciation policy. And 9, that's not by not later than today, the CCM member for finance, economic planning, and ICT does inform the county assembly on status of valuation of county assets, including the managed by the municipalities and hospitals in preparation of accrual basis for financial reporting. Madam Speaker, those are the recommendations, save for the date of that's dying today, which we were given to be by that December today. Save for those recommendations, save for the dates which we can push, because we are giving them only 7 days, which should be 7 days from today, because this is when we are tabling. So those are the recommendations, and the conclusion, Madam Speaker, the committee stresses the need for greater accountability, proper financial management, and operational efficiency within the Orkalau municipality. The recommendations, if implemented, are expected to improve the municipality's governance and financial standings, ultimately ensuring better service delivery to the residents of Orkalau. Finally, the committee pledges to unlimiting and diligently continuing performing its oversight role to ensure that the Orkalau municipality adheres to the law in providing efficient and accountable management of the affairs of the municipalities. Madam Speaker, with those recommendations from the committees, this is one of the way of enabling our municipals to transact their mandated functions. And that's why municipality are encountering is out of proper and full mandate to transact their functions. So with these recommendations and previous recommendation by this assembly, if are implemented, we are able now to have fully mandated municipalities with the capacity to transact their business fully, with full autonomy. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving the committee this chance to present that report. And I also said, it's also my pleasure also to congratulate you, Madam Speaker, for that great achievement. Thank you, and I call my colleague, member in this committee, Honorable Daniel Dongo, to second.
Thank you, Honorable Ibra, for that well-read report. The recommendations have been heard by the House, and I know they will be debated accordingly. So the motion is duly moved. Honorable Itao, second.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Thank you. I now propose the question that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Lands, Physical Planning and Urban Development on Nkala Municipality reports and financial statements for the 30th June 2024 as a report of the House and the recommendations therein as the resolutions of the House. Should we go by the ranking or should we go by who caught the speaker's eye? Honorable Deputy Speaker, please take the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And from the onset, I want to oppose.
Honorable Washomba, I am sorry, I know what you mean. I can take the words out of your mouth.
Yes.
And by ranking, we mean you're the ranking member, right?
Yes.
Kindly, but because of the position and that the fact that the Deputy Speaker had already begun his contribution, kindly allow him to continue, and I'll give you the next chance. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And thank you for your discretion. And I don't want to belabor it because I know there are other implications. And Honorable Speaker, from the onset, I want to oppose the adoption of this report by the House by the fact that there are serious implications here, Honorable Speaker. It is important to note that the oversight role done by the Committee on Lands, Physical Planning and Urban Development is done on behalf of the County Assembly. And Honorable Speaker, going by their confession in the report that there were a lot of information denied them by the municipality management, inadequate response, and willful failure to give the required information amount to serious implications, Honorable Speaker. And the recommendations, Honorable Speaker, given here, they do not attract the seriousness that this House should have as an oversight institution by the fact that they have witnessed willful failure to submit the requisite information. They have given inadequate information. They have denied accountable reports to this House. And therefore, going by the recommendation number 1, that is a simple warning, is like tapping of the a pat on the back, and therefore shows a lot of unseriousness on this recommendation. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, going again, 6 of the recommendations out of 9 are outdated. Honorable Speaker, we cannot pass the resolutions today and expect the report by today we are not serious. We have set up the municipality for failure and this house for failure. Because that is not practical. And therefore, by this time they are moving, the committee is bringing the report to the house, shows that they do not want the recommendations brought here. Because if they wanted, they would have given at least a notice and some days to facilitate that. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, if we submit these recommendations to the urban, to the municipality as it is, they will see that we are not even serious. We do not need of what we want, and actually we do not know what we want. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I would reject these recommendations and the report, and recommend that the committee sit down, bring more recommendations, bring tough resolutions that will enable this house to do the oversight on behalf of the county government of Nyandarua. Because people need return for their money. They need accountability for the resources given to these municipalities. They need to account for the capital. They need to bring information, and timely information for that matter, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, I oppose. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable DS. Honorable Gashwala, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I just support the report on the Committee on RAD's physical planning and urban development. Although, Madam Speaker, the report is quite frustrating. You are aware, Madam Speaker, that the Urban and Cities Act provide for the criteria on how, Madam Speaker, they are supposed to develop the municipal managers in terms of their budgetary allocations and other areas of principles that are enshrined in this Urban and Cities Act. You are aware they have their own charter on how, Mr. Speaker, they are supposed to manage their cities because of investors and other development partners to be coming over. And Mr. Speaker, the municipal manager or the town council or the municipality itself has been there for the last 25 years. There are a lot of funds that have been poured this municipality and the donor and also the county government. And Madam Speaker, you have heard the vice chair of that committee trying to respond on the issue that are supposed to be laid. But the information that they were requesting from the department, the municipal manager, could not be traced. They could even not give up. The manager could not give the proper information on how, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, they are running the municipality. This is very absurd. And Mr. Speaker, you are aware, why we have the municipalities is to make sure that resources that are within the municipality are used to develop those municipalities for the benefit of the donors and other stakeholders that will be coming over to develop in those cities. Their statements of accounts, Madam Speaker, you have heard, they are not even available. How do they work if the department cannot be able to provide statements of their financial year that has ended? This is very sad, Madam Speaker. And I usually agree with some of the recommendations that have been made by the Vice Chair, that they need to be given the autonomy as municipal cities. You are aware, Madam Speaker, that the Department of Land, Fiscal Planning and Urban Development is the mother department. And the charter is very clear on how, Mr. Speaker, the powers should be distributed. It is a board that has been created by the law. And I don't believe, Madam Speaker, they should request the other department to give them functions that are enshrined in their in their boards. Madam Speaker, they are not happy as an assembly if they are still relying on their mother department. We want to separate the powers. And that's why, Madam Speaker, you are there, and we are appreciating that yesterday you was taking the power so they can be able to guard our constitution. Madam Speaker, you are there to guide us on the same, because we need to agree that the municipal cities, in order for them to facilitate development in their cities, in areas that are within their jurisdiction, Madam Speaker, they must be provided with their own budget. There's no short of that. Although, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, there are some weaknesses in those municipalities. Because if the managers cannot be able to provide the information that they are within their docket, Madam Speaker, it is very saddening. I've seen here that some funds that have been given out by the donor, money that is not in our budget, money that has been donated to poor countries like Kenya, is given to Okalawa and some other parts of Engineer and Marina. And you see the misappropriation of those funds from the donor agencies. Madam Speaker, we need to understand the expenditures of the last financial years that have been there for the last financial year. And that's why, Madam Speaker, the donors are running away to give funds to some of our counties because of poor management, because there are no policies to guide on the same. There are no planning. They don't have. They don't have the planning. They don't have the evaluation laws that will be able to make sure that we'll be able to get some more funds from the donor. Madam Speaker, I want to appeal that the committee should come in handy and provide.
Information to who? Honorable Gitau?
To the House.
Proceed.
The House not called.
So, in that case,
As Madam Speaker, the member who is a member of this committee
yes, Honorable Gashomba.
is one who has actually emphasized on the quorum. And bearing in mind this is a very, very important matter that has been brought forward. This is one of our it is actually emphasizing on the funds that has been poured by the donor to this municipality. Please, prudent.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
What's your point of order, Honorable?
Honorable Speaker, the honorable member has cited a fact, and therefore, and resonating with your views, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Gashomba is still standing, and you have already allowed me for the point of order. Honorable Speaker, it is equally important what the Honorable Gashomba is saying about the importance and weighty matter on this motion. And therefore, Honorable Gitau, having said there is no...
Madam Speaker, it is
he
not
has...
a point of order. Mr. Speaker, this is not a point of order.
Honorable Speaker, it is out of order, is it order in order for Honorable Gashomba to speak to the member, while the rules or the standing orders require that he seeks permission from the chair.
Honorable Gaderimo, kindly have your seats. I took note of all this and I was calling the clerk to confirm whether we have quorum, because once a member raises that question, we need to confirm from the clerk. Clerk, confirm if we have the requisite quorum.
Madam Speaker, the House is not called.
The House being not quorate, I instruct that the bell be rung for 5 minutes, for 8 minutes, until the House gets quorum.
In order to comply with the provision of the Constitution and the County Government Act of 2012, as well as our own standing order, the first substantive business of an
Maureen Mugaki Wairimu, do swear that I shall always
truly and diligently serve the people
in the office of the member of Nyandarua County,
and I shall diligently discharge my duties and perform my functions in the said office to the best of my judgment,
that I shall at all times respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution
of the Republic of Kenya,
and that I shall do right to all manner of persons
in accordance with the Constitution of Kenya and the laws and conventions of Parliament,
that I shall do justice to all.
So help me God. Honourable members, having undertaken the business of the administration of oath or affirmation of office to members, we now proceed to the next business, which is election of the Speaker of the County Assembly. So, member will be issued the ballot box, then you will come in here, you will sign, then you proceed to the booth on either side. So, let's proceed.
Heading Chair, in accordance with your directions, the first member to vote is Honorable Kashoba James Keiro.
Honourable members, we are now ready to proceed to the counting. I will now direct that the ballot box be unlocked. The Chief Sergeant at Arms proceed with the dispatch, search and find the successful candidates.
That day of November 2024 at 2:30 p.m.
Madam Speaker,